That's better.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is so wonderful to see so many faces that we do know and so many faces that we do not yet know. It's a very exciting thing for us to be here. We're so honored to get to come and talk to all of you guys today. My name is Jennifer Cole, Jen Cole with Backspace Media.
And I am Julie Riley, and I'm with Inspire Media.
So basically what Backspace Media does is we provide social media consulting and coaching for people that are not exactly sure which direction to go with their social media. We do a little bit of driving, but not so much. And I'm going to let Julie tell you a little bit about what Inspire does also.
So Inspire is very similar to Backspace. I do a lot of consulting. I also do some management. But consulting is more the direction that I like to angle my clients, and so I can teach them how to run their own social media. Inspire also does photography and very minimal web design, but very minimal, but basic, something for the start. But photography and consulting are the main areas for Inspire.
All right, so let's get down to the meat of this. Today we are talking about the role of social media marketing in your brand and in your personal branding. So first off, we're just going to start off with why utilizing social media is so important to your brand. Thank you, Julie. First off, when you are opening a social media account, whether it be as your brand or as your person, you can do it either way. But the one thing that you do want to make sure that you do before really getting out there and posting, you want to know your audience. And I know a lot of you guys probably do already know your audience. It's, if you've been doing what you do for a very, very long time, or even maybe just for a few months, by now you probably do know your audience. And that's a very important thing to know, because you need to know how to talk to your audience. You need to know how to resonate with your audience and how to post material that they're actually going to care about and maybe share with, with the other people in their community. So, with that being said, some people need Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. Some people, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense for. Sometimes you just fit for Facebook. Sometimes you just fit for Instagram. If you're very, very visual, Instagram is if your product is beautiful, you're a retail store, or you sell things online, maybe you're a florist, maybe you do website design like some of our friends over here. If your product is visual, Instagram is very definitely a place where you want to be. That's an example. But the thing about this is, if you're going to be on social media, and you're going to be on several channels of social media, you need to make sure that you're devoting special time to each one of your channels. So on Facebook, that's a community. On Twitter, that's a different community. It's a whole different demographic. And Instagram, different community. And there's so many different capabilities that you can do with each of these channels. So you need to make sure that you are spending time and nurturing each one of these communities. Another thing that you need to do is make sure that you're engaging often. So people are liking your posts. That's awesome. That makes you feel good. But you know what you need to go do too? You need to go out there and like other people's posts as your brand. You need to go out there and make comments on other people's posts as your brand. Act like these people are humans. Because here's the thing, they are. On the other end of that computer or cell phone or social media channel is another human. And it's a human that is taking time to spend time on your social media channel and check out your content. So those are 3 things that you need to make sure that you do. Know your audience, devote time to each one of your channels individually, and make sure that you engage often.
So while you have the do-me's, the things you need to make sure that you're doing, you have the things you need to make sure you're not doing. The first thing, we all know, when we go to a networking event, some of the things you hear all the time are, don't have sales breath. Well, you want to take that to your social media channel. You do not want to be flashing a neon sign that says, buy me, come sign up for this, show up here. It's that sales breath that people don't want to hear in person. They don't want to hear it online either. And at the same time with that neon flashing sign, you don't want to be screaming from a megaphone. You don't want your content to just always feel like it's pushing. You want to be providing quality content that people are going to want to come read, something they can learn. At the end of the day, they might come to you. At the end of the day, they might go to somebody else. But they're going to remember that they got value from your page and from your content. You don't want to throw a post up and walk away from it. I know that a lot of companies work with compliance software. And in those compliance softwares, the posts are oftentimes pre-created, the pictures are already attached. It's very easy to put those into your schedule, have them go out to all your social channels that you want them to go out to, and to walk away from it. And if somebody likes it, somebody comments, if you don't respond, it's crickets chirping, and they're gonna go, is there a human on the other end of this? So you want to remind them that, you know, they need to take your content from being online to offline. They need a reason to know that there is a human to come see you. So it's don't be yelling "buy me." Don't scream from a megaphone, and don't slap your stuff on your wall and just walk away from it. So be there and be engaged.
Absolutely. That's absolutely right. So, you know, it is cool to sometimes post your event, definitely, but you need to give them a reason why they want to be there. Provide that value and let them know that if you have an event, or you have a webinar, or you have whatever you have going on, email sign up, sometimes that's a thing. That's okay once in a while, but don't make that the sole purpose of your social media channel to sell, sell, sell. You want to be engaging. You want to be telling a story about why you guys do what you do. Be engaging and be human. So that's what it boils down to. So now I'm going to hand it over to Julie, because she's going to talk to you about how you can set aside the time that it takes to nurture your social media channels.
So the first group of you that I'm going to talk to are the group that are not using a compliance software, that don't have that system set up to have things scheduled through that. So making the time, you know, everybody's like, this is just something else I have to add into my schedule. But it's not that difficult if you set aside, you know, an hour a week to put things together, and then a couple minutes a day to go in and nurture that content. Some of your scheduling tools, and there are hundreds out there. So, you know, obviously we're not going to go into all of them, but some of our favorites, there are tools, they have free systems within them. And then depending on how many channels you're using within them, some of them do require a small subscription. But unless you're posting like an agency level for 50 or more clients, your subscription level is really low. So Buffer is one of my favorite tools. Buffer works on my desktop, it works on my phone. I can go in, if I'm looking at an article and that's a piece of content I want to share onto my page. Buffer has a plugin for Chrome, and it probably has some for the others, but I use Chrome, so I know it has the plugin for Chrome. And I just click that little plugin at the top. It pops up my little box, and I can type in what I wanted to type in. It already has the link, it has the images, and I choose which channels I wanted to go to, and I can either post now, I can schedule it for an exact date and time, or I can do what's called a buffer. And you hit the buffer, and it has predetermined dates and times already set up in the tool that it will automatically feed that content out at those times. So for instance, on Fridays, we watch a show where we get probably 10 to 15 links at the end of the show of some really valuable social media content. So I go through all those links, and then I buffer them all into my feed. So over the next week, each of those links will go out on my Twitter channels. And you can create, you know, customize your wording for your Twitter channel, your wording for your Facebook channel. If you're on Pinterest, you can have it buffer to Pinterest. So it's a pretty phenomenal tool as far as that goes. It has some minor reporting if analytics are something that you're, you know, interested in and knowing more about how your channels are performing. Sprout Social is one of my all-time favorites. It is a little higher cost, but the value you get back from that cost is worth it tenfold. It's one of the best scheduling tools. It allows you to also go on there and engage back with your community right within the platform. And the reporting and analytics are by far the top of the line for scheduling tools. And then Hootsuite, and a lot of people have heard of Hootsuite. They're probably more familiar with that one than any of these. Hootsuite is very similar to Buffer. Buffer's my personal preference, but Hootsuite, again, allows you to schedule to your Twitter, to your Facebook. You can schedule to Instagram, but the trick is it doesn't actually post to your Instagram. There is not any scheduling tools out there that allow you to schedule to Instagram. What it will do is it will send you a text and the picture that you were gonna schedule, and then you just copy the language from your text, and then you save the image, and then you have to still go into Instagram and manually post it. And that's just Instagram's rules, that they have locked it down to where they don't want pre-scheduled, pre-created posts going out that way. So, and Buffer has the Instagram plugin as well. I just don't use it. I just post natively to Instagram. Instagram for me is more on the fly. It's not something I want to premeditate. So there's art and graphic creation tools as well. And these are really, really simple tools. All of these are free. A couple of them have some add-ons that you can pay for to give you a little bit more. But Canva is, the number one easy peasy creation tool. When you say, I am not a graphics artist, you go to Canva and create something that you can create a very simple graphic without having to be a Photoshop whiz. And so it's going to give you the ability to put in a picture, put a text overlay over it. It's got a little bit of hue adjustments, color adjustments. You can add like square boxes. And they've got tutorials on there that teach you and can walk you through step by step how to do it. And so Canva is the all-time favorite for creating a very simple graphic. WordSwag is an app on your phone. Again, WordSwag, you plug in a picture, you type in your text, and it's going to overlay your text.
Will you spell Canva for them?
Canva is Canva. So, sorry about that. So WordSwag is an app, and you upload your image, you're going to create your text that you want it to go, and then you can choose your text styling, and again, download it to your phone. It's perfect if you're wanting something quick for a social channel, quick for Instagram, but you want something on there. You're planning an event, and you don't want all of your event copy to go in there, and you want it to say, Ladies Lunch and Learn Wednesday, October 11th, you can have it right there on the text. Snapseed is another app one that is a quick photo editing. It's going to allow you to change a photo to black and white. It's going to allow you to increase the saturation and make it really vibrant, or give it more of that sepia tone, old-timey look. So it's just a really basic photo editing app for your phone. So again, if you have the picture on your phone, because we all have our phones and we take our pictures on our phones, then you're not having to upload the picture to your computer, try to edit it, download it back to your phone to then put it on Instagram. It's all right in there. And then Layout is an app that allows you to create the grids, the multiple images in one image. And you can choose your size layouts, whether you want the 16:9, the square box, the Facebook size box. And so that's really nice with a lot of those. The video is the biggest thing to hit social media in the last 2 years, and it's been big, and it's, as of right now, not going anywhere. Facebook especially is still putting emphasis on video content over text, over image. Facebook is going to prioritize your video content. LinkedIn just added video content. So LinkedIn even is saying, we understand the value of video. Instagram started off with 15-second videos and now is up to 60-second videos. So video is here to stay for right now. Some things that you can do to create video without having to be a big video producer. So there's an app called Ripple. Ripple is R-I-P-L. And Ripple is a super simple app that you can put a picture in, you can put text in, and what it'll do is it'll fade your picture in, drop your text down. It's not by any means what somebody would consider a video, but by social media, by the computer standards, they classify that as a video and it's prioritized. So it's big, you know, to use those kind of things. So when you're adding those text overlays. Momento is one of my favorite video creation tools. It is a subscription tool, but Momento allows you to create, and Momento is Animoto, so Momento. And it has multiple options. It has slideshow options. It has where you can just upload a bunch of images and it'll fade through all of the images. It has sales type videos where you can go in and have the video or have the image come in, have a text overlay, then arrive on it. You can do voice recording over it. Or if you wanted to, I have one where I have 3 slides that have just the picture and have the text coming in over it. And then I have the rest of the video is me speaking into a camera. So I recorded the video on my camera and then uploaded it into the app and added it into the video. So it's nice because it gives you those options to customize those. One of the things that's really big with Momento right now, if you see on Facebook, I mean, everybody's on there and you see the tasty videos, the food ones, and they're all square. Well, right now, Facebook is prioritizing video, but they're also prioritizing square video. There are not a whole lot of apps out there that are creating the square video yet. They're coming, they're realizing the importance of it, but Momento is one of the ones that will allow you to create the square videos. So then you don't have to have the big video editing software to make it square. You know, you don't have to be in Adobe Premiere. Hyperlapse is an app for your phone. It's created by Instagram, by Facebook, and it creates that really fast time-lapse looking video, which is fun if you're at an event and you know you go to exposure. Grab your phone, walk through for a minute with your phone on Hyperlapse, save that. That's perfect Instagram content or perfect Facebook content to where it's just a quick synopsis of where you were at and what you did. And so that gives you the opportunity. Hyperlapse. So hyper, like really, really amped up. Hyper, and then lapse, lapse. So it's one word, hyperlapse. And so that's gonna give you those really fast videos, and we can show you some examples of these afterwards if you wanna just come see us, say, hey, I wanted to see an example of this one or an example of this one. You know, I have the Momento videos. I think we both have hyperlapse videos created. Boomerang, if you have not seen Boomerang before, Boomerang, again, it's considered video. And so when you throw that boomerang on your Facebook or on your Instagram, it's gonna be prioritized. And boomerang is just like it's spelled, like the Australian boomerang. Boomerang is a really quick 3-second video that is somebody moving. So, you know, I could go like this, and it's gonna be 3 seconds of me just doing this over and over. It's a lot of fun. You know, we'll cheers a glass, and it'll be just the glass cheersing over and over. But that again, it's video content, and it's super simple video content. One that Jen actually has more experience with than I do, so I'm gonna let her speak on it, is Momento.
Yes, Momento, that's like a memento that you might have in a box, basically. It's a really cool app because what Momento does, and it compiles, like if you take a blast of pictures, you know, if you just hold your thumb down, or you don't even have to do that. If you just take a whole bunch of pictures really, really fast at one event or like in one sitting, what it does is compiles that little cluster of pictures together and makes it into a GIF or GIF. I don't know which team you're on there, but I say GIF. Graphic GIF. Just saying. But it is so cool because because I get some of the funniest blasts from my kids' soccer games or selfie sessions where it's supposed to be just one selfie, but we've taken it so many times that it's like it ends up us moving our mouths and our faces, and it's a really cool app. So but the thing is, it's only on iPhone. So this is Momento app, yes, and it's just a lot of fun. So I would definitely download that and give that a try. Very engaging.
So now, for those of you who are in the compliance software, and I know this is so restrictive and it's hard to work around. So the big thing is obviously your posts are pre-written, the graphics are pre-chosen, you put them in there. I have seen the back end of Hearsay's compliance software. I know Socialware is another one that Edward Jones uses, so I'm sure there's probably tons out there. I have not worked within compliance software, but I did get, like I said, a chance to see the back end of it, and it's surprisingly and sadly restrictive. So here's some of our suggestions for that. One, you're gonna have to do your due diligence and check what your compliance rules are outside of that software. If you can only post from that software, then find out if you can then go in, so you have your post up, we're saying don't walk away from your post. Can you go and comment under your post? And what are your rules for commenting under your post? And so that'll be, some things to check on. See if you can then try to spur a conversation under that and get people going, because, obviously if you can't change your text. The other thing I do know, and again, this is up to you to find out what your compliance rules are, because I do not want to get anyone in trouble. I do know that at least with the Hearsay Social, when the post was made on Facebook, you could then edit the post and edit the copy. So that is your responsibility, though, to find out, are you allowed to do that? Because I don't know. But find out what your rules are. Really, get on the phone with somebody who can break down exactly what tweaks you're allowed to make. Are you allowed to post outside of that software? Are you allowed to do a video? Set up your camera and do a quick, 2-minute, here's why you should have a Roth IRA video set up, or here's why you should do this. Find out what your rules are beyond that software and how much you are allowed to do and say. If you're allowed to go to a speaking event and speak about what you do, are you allowed to record that and upload that? So it's the idea is to get creative without breaking the rules. So find out what your workarounds are, and it might be something that you spend an hour or so on the phone with somebody that can really say, yes, you can do this, no, you can't do this. Find out, what channels you're allowed to be on, how you're allowed to do that, especially with LinkedIn, adding video. LinkedIn would be, for many of you, a great place to do some just quick talks about who you are, what you do, and why you do it, why somebody should come to your services, and what you can provide for them. So if you can do those, that would be phenomenal. It's just, there's those regulations and those parts where you're locked down, and I don't know, how creative you can get outside of that software. And so that's where Jen's gonna get more into the personal branding side of the social media, and where some of this will probably really help with what you're locked into with the compliance software, because I know it's very restrictive, and so it's going to be a matter of just getting creative and getting outside of what you can do.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about tools. We've talked a lot about why it's important to be on social media and how to engage your audience. A whole nother level of this, though, is your personal branding. Everything that you do on social media, whether it's for your brand, whether you're out, like at an event like this and you're tweeting, whatever it is, you're always representing yourself, your brand, and combined, your personal brand. So there are a lot of things that you can do to demonstrate your own value on social media channels. So if you have your Facebook set up as, your personal profile, which I don't typically suggest, but I mean some people it does work for. Or you have, your LinkedIn profile, or you're speaking as, you're speaking in a Facebook group even. I think that is a phenomenal way to demonstrate value and to really, really nurture a more intimate community and get to know your followers better. So the Facebook group is a wonderful place for that. There's so much that you can do in there to demonstrate value. You can do polls, you can go live, which I love to go live. Facebook Live is like my favorite thing ever. I could talk all day about that. But, when you're talking about what you do, you're demonstrating your knowledge. You're demonstrating your expertise, and you're also representing your brand in a very, very well way. Unless you say what I just said, very well way. That's not good. I speak good. Okay, so to begin with, wherever you are representing your personal brand on social media, something very important to do is to make sure that you have a consistent and recognizable profile image. So I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, but sometimes people look a lot different in real life than they do in their profile picture. Am I right? Yes, it's true. Yeah, right, okay, so definitely make sure that your profile image is updated so that, when you see people out at an event like this, which is perfect for personal branding, they can recognize you. You need to be recognizable. If you get your hair cut or colored, make sure you update that across your social media profiles. It's very, very important so that people know who they're talking to. And they probably feel more confident approaching you. So definitely do that. You want to make it consistent across your channels though, so they know that it's the same person. On LinkedIn, my name says Jennifer Cole, but we all know I go by Jen Cole. My Facebook is Jen Cole, Twitter Jen Cole, but on LinkedIn I felt like it was a little more professional to say Jennifer Cole. But the thing is, my profile image is the same. So on Twitter, okay, yep, same picture, it's gotta be the same person. Yep, she does the same thing, okay, cool. So just be recognizable, keep it consistent across all your channels, and you should be golden. The next thing that you want to make sure that you're doing, because we're going to go back to the don't be by me, don't be salesy, don't have the sales breath. I mean, there's sales breath on social too, so don't be that person. Maintain a conversational tone. Tell your story. Tell why something that you're doing in the community or in your industry is so important. Make sure that you are constantly demonstrating value, your own value, and just kind of build that philosophy into whatever you're posting on Facebook, whether Facebook, LinkedIn. If you're speaking on Facebook Live, make sure that you're still maintaining that same personality and that same brand voice. It's a very, very big thing across your social channels is to maintain the same voice. So, again, it goes back to consistency, having the same profile image, having the same voice. You got to make sure that people know, hey, it's really me, I promise. Okay, the next thing that's very important I'm going to say literally every single person in this room, if you don't have a LinkedIn account, you definitely need to get a LinkedIn account. Guys, I've gotten so many job opportunities on LinkedIn, it's not even funny. It's just a wonderful tool. You have your online resume right there. It's wonderful. It's even downloadable. How cool is that? You can talk about awards that you've gotten. You can give people recommendations, which is good because then they'll give you recommendations, which is awesome because it endorses your skill set. You can list out your skill set. You can talk about your job history. You can give a really creative description of what it is that you do and how you consistently provide value for people. So if you don't have a LinkedIn account, you definitely need one, no matter who you are. I truly believe that if you are a person in the professional field, you definitely need a LinkedIn, and you need to engage often.
I'm going to steal it real quick.
Let you steal it.
Following up on that, what that's going to do is it's going to show that you are an authority figure in what you do. You're knowledgeable. So people are not just going to be there to find you, to hire you. They're going to be there to find you, to come to you for work. But they want to look at you and they want to say, is this person the person I want to work with? Do they have the skills that I'm looking for in whatever job you may have? So use that also to demonstrate that you're an authority figure in what you do.
Most definitely. It's a perfect channel for that. We're gonna hang out on LinkedIn for just a second too. Okay, so how many of you guys read articles on Forbes or Inc. magazine or any trade material? Yeah, a lot of you guys do. It's a wonderful way to keep up with what's going on in your industry, right? Also, have you guys ever considered writing them? Anybody? Have you guys ever written articles on LinkedIn? Yeah? Oh, that's awesome. This is something that I highly suggest you do as well. If you do not have a blog tab on your website, or even if you do, if you write an article on LinkedIn on your feelings on a topic, or you can even piggyback off of an article that you read and then feed in like your thoughts on it, or your opinion. Maybe your opinion's completely different and you want to negate what you read. That's awesome. LinkedIn is a wonderful place to demonstrate how you feel and why you feel that way and why other people should find that valuable. When you lay out, a lot of us know kind of the template for writing. You start with the beginning, and then you kind of go into the setting up what the article is going to be about. Then you have your article, then you kind of start closing it down, and I always like to thank my readers for reading because it's so nice that they take the time to read my content. But what this does is it shows that you're a credible source. It goes right back to what Julie just says. It adds credibility to your personal brand, to your name. It demonstrates to C-suite people that you understand what you're doing and that you have a passion. You have so much passion for what you're doing that you will take the time, and it takes a bit of time. You take the time to make sure that people understand that you know exactly what you're doing. You're very passionate about what you're doing. And not only that, you have original thoughts about what you're doing. It's a wonderful way to enhance your personal brand. Absolutely. LinkedIn is somewhere where you've got to be, guys. Okay, and we're going to go right back to where we started right now. When you're engaging as a personal brand, you need to make sure that you're posting often. Otherwise, you disappear into the night and nobody knows if you exist anymore. You need to constantly, whether it's sometimes on LinkedIn, if you comment on somebody else's post, that actually kind of counts as an update because it starts showing up in other people's feed and they're like, okay, so she's engaged on LinkedIn. That's really cool. She's still out there doing things. She still cares about how people perceive her. So post regularly. Engage regularly, get in conversations, get in LinkedIn groups, get in Facebook groups, but post regularly. Post those original thoughts that you have about what's going on. Very, very important. Absolutely. Do you have anything to add?
No, I think that's, yeah.
Okay, so now I just cannot stress this enough. You must engage. You've got to get on, take the time. I promise you it pays off. It pays off so much it's not even funny. Get on, engage often. Make it a part of your day. Make it a part of the way you live your life. Just, hey, sometimes people don't like social media. I get it. My husband hates it. My brother hates it. But it's so important, guys. The reason that you guys are all here today is because you value networking. You value marketing. You value marketing yourself. Get on, engage with people, and build those relationships that could ultimately be very valuable, because when you're out there engaging, just like having conversations like we were having a little while ago, you are building not only credibility for yourself, you're also gaining trust with these people. And people buy from people they trust. That's the bottom line, guys. So you've got to make sure that you're out there demonstrating why, building that trust, and always adding that value. Anything to add? Yeah. Okay.
So on top of that, don't feel that everything you post has to be original content. Like I said earlier, we watch a Friday show and we get tons and tons of links to articles that are about up and coming social media stuff, and both of us usually turn around and share that content on our social media. So don't feel that everything you post has to be original. You do want original thoughts. You do need your own original content mixed in there, but it doesn't have to be all or nothing on either side. So make a good blend of both. And then some of the main things to remember, we've said it, and I will say it every time I meet you. Engage as often as you would want to be engaged with. So if you're wanting people to engage on your page, expect that back out. When you're sitting there going, well, I put a post up, nobody's looking at it, but I haven't really gone and looked at anybody else's or commented. Kind of think about it that way. So when you get those posts out, get something up, go spend a few minutes engaging. That engagement is such a big factor. The more you're seen engaging, the more people are gonna go, who is that's always over there on that article? Or who's always on this page commenting? They're gonna wanna know who you are because you're always there engaging. Be concise and strategic. So, you want your posts to go out at certain times of the day. Think about when your audience might be online. If you're on LinkedIn, people come in on Monday morning, they get through their email, a lot of people go hop on LinkedIn, check the current news for the day. Think about that on your LinkedIn. On your Facebook, people might be there more in the evening. The kids are done with dinner, they're getting ready for bed, you're winding down, you're sitting on the couch and you're scrolling through your Facebook feed. So think about the times that you're gonna post. And make it fun. It does not have to be business all the time. Add your personality to it. People want to know, again, that there's a human behind it. They want to know that you're alive and that you're not a robot just throwing content at them. So have fun with it. Jen does her live show every Friday, and I've been a guest on her show numerous times, and it's fun. It's engaging, but we're providing quality content while having fun and providing information. So just remember to have fun with it. And that's everything we have for you guys. So thank you.
Thank you guys so much. This has been awesome. You guys are amazing. And we'll take some questions.
I texted you so I wouldn't forget.
Awesome.
Where can we go to find out what Facebook is prioritizing? I know it changes. How do you guys find that out? Is that a secret? Can we find that out? Do they send out a memo?
Kind of. Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess they kind of do. Yeah, I do. I work for a company also. This is more of my full-ish time gig. I work for Social Media Examiner, which is the authority on social media marketing. And so what we do is we break the news. That's what the Friday show is all about.
Think of them as the Google of social media. So they are going to be getting that information out to you as fast as possible. And the company is Social Media Examiner.
What's the best place to follow them?
Okay, so on Twitter, they are at SM Examiner. Same thing on Instagram, at SM Examiner. And Facebook, Social Media Examiner. It's pretty easy. So if you need any more information about Social Media Examiner, I'm right here, so just come grab me.
And I think Facebook is probably, if you're gonna follow them anywhere, Facebook is the one you're gonna wanna follow them on. They not only post the articles, but they go live multiple times a week. They're breaking the information right there within the content. There are often times where my phone will notify me that they're live, I'll hop on, and lo and behold, Instagram added Instagram stories, or, and it's that information. And there's a lot of features that they will break before, like there's one right now where Jen has the feature, but I don't, because it's being slowly rolled out. And so it's those features that you'll hear about, so they're coming, because not everybody will have them yet.
And then by the time you get them, you already know how to use them because we've written articles about them and published them on our website. Yes. And there are times when we go live and we demonstrate how to do that also. So we have it all set up for you. Great resource. Any other questions? What's up?
So when you say engage with other pages, engage, at what level should we be engaging, and should the pages we're engaging with align with what we're trying to do?
Mm-hmm. absolutely. So when we say engage, absolutely make that strategic. Don't be a stalker and don't be an oversharer. Be tasteful about it. You don't want somebody sitting there and, hey, you look great today. Hey, your shoes look great today. Hey, your pants look great today. It's the same concept on social media. So like their posts, but like them if you like them. Don't like them just to show up and get eyeballs. That's just weird. So, and then comment, but comment to add value. You know what's going to happen if you say, I like this post or this is beautiful? They're going to think that you're a robot. So you need to actually take some time to craft your comment and get in the conversation genuinely. Be as genuine as you can on your social channels. Don't be a robot. Anything to add?
I think that covered that one. So
Is that everything you need? And definitely with the pages that you engage with, yes, they should absolutely align with your brand and your purpose, and they should find just as much value from your brand as you do from theirs, and that's why you engage. You talk to people that you like. You walk away from people you don't like, right? Think about that. You're just going to be a human and applying that human concept to your social media channels. Anybody else? All right, you guys have been incredible. We have a couple of things we're going to talk about. I'll let you do this part.
So first, up at the front where you guys came in, there's a couple barrels. Up there is a little flyer. It's two-sided, so it has information both about Jen and her business and me and my business and kind of what we provide. Has information for our websites, our phone number, our email. If you have any questions, we can get those out to you. If you want a copy of the slide deck that had the talking points, just to kind of refresh your memory, send either one of us an email and say, hey, can we get the slide deck, and we'll send that to you. And the other thing is we're going to do just a quick little plug for an event we have coming up that is with Digital Wichita and the Chamber. Yes. We're partnering together on this event. And it is Marcus Sheridan is a worldwide known speaker. He's actually listed on the Forbes list as the #6 speaker you must see in your life. And he is coming here to Wichita. So we will have him. And so we have these flyers up front as well. It has the date. It's October 27th. It is from 7:15 to 11 a.m. So we will be providing breakfast with that. And
signing and a book.
Yeah, you're going to get a book and a book signing. And so there's information about that. Tickets right now are 50 or 60. I can't remember.
On your member status.
Yeah, so if you look online, it'll tell you what the ticket price is right now, but it's either $50 or $60. Breakfast, the book signing, and like I said, Marcus Sheridan. That's worth it alone. I've seen him speak twice. I am looking forward to hearing him again. He is amazing. So there's some information about him on the back too, and then we'll actually have some videos going out on Digital Wichita's page this week, maybe later today. Hopefully that will have information that will have him kind of giving a quick little synopsis. So grab those on your way out if you haven't already.
Thank you guys again so much. You guys have been wonderful.
Great job. Word swag. I love just saying that even. Never heard of it, but that's pretty cool. You know, with having a video, I don't know how I'm going to be able to do that because with FaceTime, it's always like up my nose, and so I'm going to have to get some skills from you guys on that too. And then engage. So that's great. Engage. So I always try to get something out of what I've learned, and so I think we can all agree that there was many parts of their talk that we can use in our business and go forward. So last thing, I have a couple of asks for you. Let us know how we did on this event. We want to do more of these community networking events. So if there's some topics that you guys want to learn more about, let us know. And let other women know about these events. Don't keep it a secret. And then lastly, if you know of anyone who might be interested in the Ever-Jones opportunity, don't keep us a secret. We're having an event next month, November 16th, at the Homewood Suites waterfront, and you get to hear from a panel of advisors from all different career stages on you know, why Edward Jones is so great. So if you know of anyone, please invite them. We have some flyers actually on the side, and then grab them and share. So we have ice cream, so if you want some ice cream, and then continuing networking, and that's it. So thank you, ladies, for all coming. Appreciate it.